Today on Outside the Box Reviews, we are taking a look at the NECA, the Terminator series, and this is the cheap repack. Excuse me. I mean the T-800 Tanker Truck Pursuit figure. As you guys know, I am a full-on sucker for Terminator. If you've been watching my videos for any length of time, even though I haven't gotten as many of these figures reviewed as I would have liked, I think I've only actually done like 5 of them by this point. But Terminator 2 is my all-time favorite movie, and I love the original movie as well. And when NECA started putting out these figures, I couldn't help myself. I had to have them. I wanted all of them. And for the most part, I've been not quite all in, but pretty darn close. About as all in as I've been on the Predator line, just skipping the odd one or two that seemed a little redundant. And when I saw there was yet another wave coming out, I knew I had to have them, and I ran out to Toys R Us and found them on the shelves and grabbed, well, 2 of the 3. I picked up this Tanker Truck Pursuit T-800. I picked up, of course, the Kyle Reese, the figure we've all been waiting for, all of us Terminator fans. I know have been clamoring and dying for this guy forever. But I left that T-1000 on the pegs again. I think last time I did a Terminator week, I made the same assertion that the T-1000 wasn't doing it for me, wasn't giving me enough of a reason to spend the money, pick up the other figure. I did end up breaking down and picking him up. Maybe that'll happen with this one. I don't know. He just doesn't call out to me the way some of the other figures did. And I was all for this figure right here in front of us. And when I got it home and looked at it a little closer, I realized really what I was all in for was the head sculpt. But let's take a closer look and break it down like we always do and see what's going on with this guy. Now, if you own that police station assault figure that came out, feels like forever ago. Was that over a year ago that guy came out? I feel like I've had him in my collection for a very long time now. But you're very familiar with these accessories. He comes with his AR-15. It has the second magazine taped on the side. I like it. I wish there would be some more color variation. I know I've talked about this. I know I've had people say to me that it's not really something you would get. The gun would all be molded in black. There wouldn't really be much detail on there. But I feel like some color variation, some dirt, some scraped metal or something would have given it kind of a cooler look, given it a more used real-world look. I do like that there is some gloss around here for the tape. Looking at the picture on Internet Movie Firearms Database, which is my go-to website while reviewing these Terminators because I am not a gunman, I can see that it looks like this front part up here is also kind of a gloss on the real gun, so maybe they could have done something like that, just put some more gloss paint on it. Something I could do if I really wanted to, especially since I have 2 of these now. He also comes with his SPAS-12 shotgun. Maybe it's SPAS, I don't know. Once again, not a gun fanatic, not even really someone who's ever really messed with guns, so I really don't know the answer. I'm sure people will tell me how I'm wrong about this. But once again, a nicely sculpted weapon. It's missing the back stock, that is movie accurate, as the other gun was also missing its stock. And it looks like a really good representation of the weapon from the movie. No real complaints about it. Heck, if you want to hear my review on this, go back and look at my other video. It's already there. Already reviewed this. We also get an alternate head with this figure. It comes with the version with the shades on, which is a very iconic look. He has some brown dry brushing through his hair. But you know what? We already got this same head sculpt with the police station assault. Exact same head sculpts. Now I must say I like this new one a little better. There's some more dry brushing in his hair. This one basically had jet black hair. So there's a little more detail in that respect. And also these glasses seem a little bit more glossy than the old ones, which I know is a complaint with a lot of people. So I may end up switching out these heads and putting this new one onto this old body. The new head sculpt we get with the Tanker Truck Pursuit T-800 is really nice. I must say I do like this head sculpt. He has a very pissed off look to him. There's some deep cuts on him, some nice blood splattering. His hair is once again detailed in a similar way with the brown texturized stuff in it. If you look at it in profile, it looks very much like the scene where he gets into the tanker truck, the other co-driver is in there, or whoever the passenger. And he's sitting there in profile, he just looks like a normal dude. And he turns his head. Get out. Very iconic, very accurate to the movie. I really do like it. One thing I really like about NECA's figures is they kind of play that dance of blending the line between the animatronic pieces and the actor. Obviously, in the movie, Arnold had some prosthetics on his face for the scenes, but in other scenes, you'd see him driving, from this side of the head, and it would be an animatronic puppet. You'd see just the mechanics working underneath. And NECA did a pretty good job of blending those two worlds. This side I like as well. He's got the metal plate exposed at the top of the head, his red cybernetic eye, which we've already gotten on some of the other figures with the eye surgery, the torn away piece of the mouth. Really cool. I do like it. They did do a good job on this head sculpt. NECA did also add a few things. We have some big chunks taken out of his chest here. So the original one, you can take a look. He has no chunks taken out of his shirt. This one has some. Turn him around. He has the same spots on the back, though on this new one, they're bloody. My old one did not have blood on the body, just on the coat. Though I think some people told me that it was a defect of mine and not an across-the-board issue. The hands on this new one are all torn up. You can see giant chunks taken out of them, looking really cool. Definitely a fan of them redoing the hands. Though, because at the end battle, the entire scene, once he gets on that bike, he's coming after him at the motel, he only ever has the AR-15, or the AR-18. And it would have made sense to maybe, since you're going to resculpt the hand, maybe don't give him the trigger hand on the other side, just give him a fist or something. To me, that would have given him at least a little extra difference there. Again, we just have the same hand with some mild resculpting on it. Another detail on here, they did dirty up the pants quite a bit. He's a much dirtier figure. He's got some stains and crap on him. He was just in a major auto accident. I guess it would make sense he put some dirt on the guy. Even on his jacket, there's some dirt that wasn't there on the original figure. I do wish they would have taken the time to do some extra sculpting up here, give him some tattered ends to his pants, because they were like that in the movie. This is just the same ones tucked into the boots. A little disappointing on the lack of added detail to this figure. And that really is what I could say about this guy, is there's not much new going on here. For articulation, the T-800 has the standard ball-jointed neck, pin and socket shoulders with a pretty good range of motion. I love that the coat is rubber, so you don't have any hindrance there. You can bend and rotate at the elbow, though he really does not bend well at the elbow. It really just stops way too short. Ball-jointed wrist, swivel at the waist, and a cut joint right above the foot. Overall, there's not a whole lot to say about this guy. He's pretty lackluster. A lot of the same things we have over and over. I know this Terminator line is a very formulaic line. We get a very similar body, retooled parts every so often. But going back and looking, just to make sure I got the names right on these figures, I realized something looking at the packaging images. They are in the exact same card bubble. NECA didn't even do a new layout on the card. Obviously, keeping any tooling costs down, I guess, is a plus on your side as a business. But it's a little disappointing to see that they went and just stuck them in the same bubble as last time. The weapons are in the same place, the same little slot for the extra head. I guess don't fix what doesn't need to be fixed. But it just seems so lazy. It just seems so nothing. I'm glad I got this figure, but my hopes and dreams for what it could have been are not there. I wish it would have been a little more torn up. I wish they would have maybe redone the pants, or even just added a rubber piece floating around there. Just kind of make it look blended in. I don't know if you could have done it, but maybe not do a resculpt, but just an added piece that would help down there to give the illusion of tattered pants. Just not what I was hoping for with this guy. It's actually the reason why I passed on the new T-1000, because he's just painted blue and looks like he has salt sprinkled on top of him. He's supposed to be liquid nitrogen frozen. There just wasn't enough there for me to get excited about it. So, before I get too ahead of myself, this is a not recommend on this figure. I do not recommend picking him up unless you missed out on the Police Station Assault. The Police Station Assault figure I think is more iconic. I think he's overall just the figure you want a little bit more. He also came with a battle-damaged head, even though it was just the exposed eye. I guess in all reality, it's a toss-up. If you have one, you don't need the other. But because this guy came out second, he gets a not recommend. Now, if NECA is going to keep doing these, and I know they're going to, and I'm probably still going to keep buying them because I love the movies, and the figures are cool in certain ways, I guess. I haven't gotten too tired of them yet. But what I would love to see them do, if I could steal a little bit from Toy Biz and their names of lines, maybe do a legendary writer style thing. Toy Biz did this whole line where all the characters in the wave came out with vehicles. And Terminator is perfect for that. I think what we need to see is maybe instead of giving us this guy as he is, save it for a more expensive box set. You know, up the price, double the price, triple the price. Ugh, that just hurts me to say, but you know, beef up the price a little bit more and give us a figure with leg articulation. Give him ball jointed hips, single or double jointed knees, ankle pivot, basically the same thing you have on the Ezio figures I just finished reviewing from Brotherhood and Revelations, to some good leg articulation. Maybe not even as good as Ezio, but some good leg articulation. And then give us a motorcycle. You can give this guy the cheesy little red motorcycle that he puts around him when he's chasing after Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor. You could do the T-800 from Terminator 2 on his Harley. And you could do the motorcycle cop T-1000 on his police motorcycle. I think those three would be just iconic figures. I've seen plenty of people doing customs where they've cannibalized like Duke Nukem legs and painted them up and stuck them on an Arnold body and put them on a replica motorcycle that they found on eBay or something. I think NECA should get in on that. It would be cool to see what they could do with that concept. I feel like that's how this figure should have come out, and something special, some kind of new design, new pack, and not just as another freestanding figure. I feel like this line has two figures that are repaints just to justify the new tooling on the new Kyle Reese. And while I'm happy we got the Kyle Reese, it kind of hurts the overall line that we're going to put things out like this. So I invite you all either to comment below, tell me what you think of this figure, or come over to Outside the Box Reviews on Facebook. I'll have a link in the description below, and we could talk about it there. And until next time, while we're not doing a full-out Terminator week, I do have another figure to come back and review for you guys from this wave. So until next time, hasta la vista, viewers.